everybody. Thanks as always for hanging out upstairs with us and for checking out the channel. Greatly appreciate it. And welcome to another episode of Multicade Mondays. All right, my dudes. So we got a lot of stuff that we want to talk about tonight. We got a lot of things going on. Greatly appreciate you guys taking time out of your lives and spending it with me here tonight, looking at all this stuff. So, for starters, I kind of spent a lot of money the other day, which we're going to talk about. Also, we're going to talk about our vendor of the week. We're going to be going over our Captain America arcade cabinet mod. We're going to be talking about something really cool with iiRcade, AtGames, things like that, coin doors, etc., and all that stuff. But before we do anything, we got to say hi to everyone in the live chat. Let's see who is here. We got Curtis is here.
There.
What's going on, Curtis? We got Robert Bowling is here. We got Mark Whitman. We got PDubs, Peter McNabb, KGE82, Mitchell B, Kev Gret, Dan Z, Goofy Foot, Adam Kolb, Schned 2000, Wendell Pfeiffer's here. Looks like everybody's here. Endless One Up is here as well. Q-dubs. Am I really Q-dubs now?
My man.
Oh man, that would be hilarious. 19K Fox is here as well. Love 19K Fox.
Hello there.
Oh man, lots of cool people here tonight. All the cool kids are here hanging out in PDubs Arcade Loft. So, have you guys had a good, did you guys have a good weekend? Let me know in the live chat. Did you have a good weekend? Did you have a bad weekend? Let me know. I had an interesting one. Yes, it's absolutely true. I've had to sleep on the couch the last couple of days. And the reason I've had to sleep on the couch is due to my own lack of impulse control. I picked up and purchased one of these Q-bert cabinets from the Captain Auctions warehouse. So the Q-bert dream is real, and it's happening. I just had to pay the invoice today and schedule shipping. Probably not going to receive it until next week. Because I don't think it's going to get picked up until Friday. And then it's got to make its way here from California to the Phoenix, Arizona area. So got some stuff we got to do to it. I'm going to put a new bezel on. I can't tell from the pictures. The bezel looks a little warped right here. We'll find out more once it arrives. Might have to put a new bezel on. I'm obviously going to change out the artwork right here underneath the control panel. I'm going to put that cute Q-bert logo right here as well. So we're going to have fun doing that. Hopefully the rest of the cabinet is in good shape. I'm probably, if it's completely stock inside, like if it's got the normal, PCB and all that, we'll probably enjoy it for a little bit and check it out and do like whatever cosmetic repairs we need to do. But eventually what we will end up doing is getting one of those J-Rock boards and sticking it in here, because that'll give us 12 games to play on this thing, 12 of these diagonal games. To play on this cabinet. Games like Crawl, 3 or 4 different Q-bert games, and a couple of others. So we'll probably put the J-Rock board in there as well. I saw a really awesome video by Arcade Hollywood, and his video was very impressive, and it was very easy. Basically, that J-Rock board is pretty much plug and play to get that thing going with the existing hardware. So looking forward to picking up one of those. I tried pricing them on eBay, but they were sold out of those J-Rock boards, so it might be a little bit before I can get my hands on them. Shipping's expensive. It's not that cheap. It's going to be roughly $500 for shipping. But I'm not going to drive out there to pick it up. Our boy is all grown up. Are you saying because I have a real arcade now? Goofy Foot, glad you're home. Hopefully the surgery went well. Yes, my wife is not happy about the purchase, but she'll get over it. Because her king size bed that I bought her, which cost just as much as this cabinet, this monster king size bed I bought for us, but she wanted it. I was happy with the bed we had, but she's like, we have one bigger bed. I want this. I bought that for her. So once that arrives, I think she'll she'll, you know, she'll want me back in the bedroom. She'll want to play games on the new bed. You know how it goes. Yeah, the weekends are going by. The weekends aren't going by really cool. Man, jeez. Orions, jeez, man. I'm sorry I didn't give you a shout out, my dude. I can only do so many. But I appreciate the LOL. Doesn't mean you're actually upset, so that's fine. So everyone's been calling me Q-dubs. I think we've leveled up a letter. We've gone from P to Q, so maybe we should rebrand the channel and just call it Q-dubs once it comes in. So, do the chances of Arcade1Up to release Q-bert just go up? I don't know. I don't think they will. Which is another reason I bought the cabinet. It's funny, Console Kits, he did his stream. I don't know how many of you out there watch Console Kits, but he does his podcast show on Sundays, and he was making fun of me picking up this cabinet. Because, yeah, you know, technically, if I got this locally, I could have got this for, what, half of what I'm paying for it now. But, you know, as easy as it is for people to say, just go buy the real arcade. Just go buy the real thing. Just go buy the... Guys, these aren't, like, at every corner store. You can't just walk down the street and say, you know what? Today I'm going to go pick up a Terminator 2 arcade cabinet, original, that everything's in perfect working order, and I'm going to get it for $600. You know what I mean? Or today I'm going to go buy a Q-bert cabinet for $800 that's in perfect working order, that's 40 years old, etc., etc., etc. Guys, people say that all the time, and it drives me nuts. You cannot just go. You have to hunt. You have to dig. You have to scratch, claw, look your way, and sometimes haggle in order to get what you're looking for. So, you know, the argument of just go buy a real arcade does not fly with me, because guess what? You can't just go buy a real arcade. You can't. You can't. Especially if you want to get one that you don't have to, what's the word? Completely restore. You know what I mean? So, like, I've been living in Arizona for 4 years, guys. 4 years. And, for instance, I've been living in Arizona now for 4 years. And out of the 4 years, whenever I've checked OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace, my local areas here, I've only seen one Q-bert cabinet for sale. You guys might remember this if you join our Super Game Room Dudes Facebook group. I put a post in because the guy would only sell it if you paid him in Bitcoin. He just wanted Bitcoin. He didn't want cash. Nothing. No certified check. Nothing. No money order. He wanted you to get paid in Bitcoin. And I was like, forget this guy. And I think he was selling his for like $3,700, which is more than what I'm, or 3,700 in Bitcoin, which is more than I'm paying now for this thing, right? I mean, all in, I'm out $3,000 on this, but you know what? Hopefully I love it, and hopefully I just have to do some cosmetic stuff to it until things break later on down the road, right? So yeah, there you go. All right. I love how people think these real arcades just grow on trees. And you know what? Today I'm going to go pick up an original Contra cabinet. I'm just going to head down to my 7-Eleven and pick one up. It's not the way it works, guys. It's not the way it works. But I'm super excited about getting it. Next type is Arc. All right, so we're going to go from PDubs to Q-dubs to R-dubs. Love it, Jason. Love it. All right, let's get this out of here. All right, so let's start the show proper, guys. Let's get this off our screen right here. I want to talk about our vendor of the week. So when it comes to arcade graphics, do I not have a window open? Yes, I do. When it comes to arcade graphics, you guys have many, many choices for modding your arcade cabinets. Many choices. You know, Sabo's Arcades, whatchamacallit? Oh, excuse me. Arcadegraphics.com. Who does the... Who haven't I used yet? Gulf Coast Decals. I haven't used them yet, but they're on my list. I'd like to try everybody. Escape Pod Online. You know what I mean? You have tons of them. You have tons of them. But there's kind of a newer guy on the block, and he's actually not on the block. He's on the block across the pond. And that's right. We're talking about Repro Arcade. They are our vendor of the week. All right, my dudes. So I have a link to their website in the video description below. Repro Arcade is our vendor of the week. Sean runs this place. Him and I talk, and him and I are buddies. And it'll kind of play into something a little bit later in the show, which I'll show you. But Repro Arcade does all kinds of custom arcade one-up graphics and decals, and at a fairly decent price. So, for instance, obviously because he is over here in Europe, I believe. I'm sorry, Europe, United Kingdom. I believe this is in pounds. If not, I believe it's pounds. I can't remember the logos right here. So let's take a look here. So if you wanted to get some custom graphics for your arcade, the quality of the graphics, you know, it kind of depends on the thickness of the vinyl, right? There's a lot of articles out there and YouTube videos telling you about who makes good quality vinyl depending on the graphics. These are pretty good, just as good as arcadegraphics.com when it comes to the quality of the vinyl and things like that. And the prices aren't too shabby. So let's say, for instance, let's just pick one here because, let's just say you want to go nuts and you want to make a Donkey Kong cabinet. So let's go ahead and price this out for you guys. So check this out. So you get your artwork right here. Right here we have 70. We want to get it with the riser, right? You want to get your full artwork kit with the riser. Right? Cabinet shape. Is it a legacy cabinet or is it a regular cabinet? Let's just say it's a regular Street Fighter 2 type cabinet. Let's go ahead and add it to our cart. Let's go ahead and check out. So let's see here. This one right here is euros. So we're talking 85 euros. And the reason why, oh, hang on. My apologies. I almost missed it right here. So, for instance, he offers free shipping to the United States. So you guys might say, well, wait a minute. I'm tired of paying shipping costs, right? So you can get free shipping to the United States from them. So it does take slightly longer for your graphics to arrive because they're coming from overseas. But you get free shipping. And let's do the math here. So, for instance, this is an entire set calculator app. Let's do, oh, wait, hold on. I did the wrong thing. Let's do this. Let's do 85 euros to dollars. You're talking that entire kit, guys, $92. $92 ballpark, depending on the current conversion rates. $92 for this particular set. And you're talking an entire set of graphics, right? This is actually a pretty decent deal compared to some of the costs of the full-size kits of some of the other guys. So, I mean, it's totally up to you. It's all about options. It's all about options. Oh, wait, no, this is pounds. That's right, this is pounds. My apologies. Yeah, I always forget United Kingdom is pounds. My apologies, guys. So it's 111, which is still pretty good. So 85 pounds is $111 to get it here in the United States. So if you think about it, you know, some of the other guys, they charge a little bit more than that. And the quality of the graphics is just as good as those guys, which I'm actually going to show you some of these graphics in real life coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Sean's a good guy, great customer service. I've enjoyed speaking with him. And he has a lot of options for you. So, I mean, that's what this, you know, Multicade Mondays show is all about, helping you guys find vendors and products and tips and tricks for your mods, maybe help you save some money. Let me take a look here. I thought I saw we had a super chat. Brian Stratton, hello, good evening. Gave us $2. Thanks so much, Brian. Yep, you get free shipping on that. Yep, free shipping from across the pond. Isn't that pretty nice, guys? Now, there is one caveat. Let me clear that off my screen here. There is one caveat. So when I got the order of the graphics that I used, is you know how some of these guys, when you order from these graphics companies, they'll send it to you. All the sheets are kind of cut out and they're all rolled up together, right? What he does is he sends you the entire roll, so just the entire sheet of graphics that comes out of the machine, and you have to cut them out. And you might say, "Oh my God, that's terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible." But it's not that hard. I mean, literally, you're as long as they're all oversized, so you can't make a mistake. You know how like arcade graphics, they oversize their graphics a little bit. That way you could do some trimming without fear. So you could easily cut them out off the sheet and then go ahead and apply them. So that's the only thing. And cutting out and separating the graphics literally just added maybe 20 minutes to my life. You know what I mean? when I was putting the graphics on, which I'm going to show you. So just a heads up there. Just a heads up there on that, if that matters to you or not. But definitely worth checking out. Again, link is in the video description below. And hold on, let me see here. I want to see. I asked him if we could do some kind of code giveaway. Let me see if I heard back from him. Let's see here. No, I did not because of the time difference. He's probably sleeping. I was going to try and get a code for a giveaway or something, but I wasn't able to. Tons of options, guys. Tons of options. So make sure you guys check that out. They are definitely our vendor of the week. And in just a couple of minutes, we're going to show you some of these graphics. So real quick, though, I got to touch on something. This is going to be real quick, guys. You got to indulge me. So, yes, we all play arcade games and all that kinds of stuff. I just want to point out that I finally beat Ghosts of Tsushima. I finally beat Ghosts of Tsushima. And I got to ask you guys for your honest opinion on something. So I did an experiment. So a lot of us who have these YouTube channels, what you like to do is you like to experiment with your content. Like, hey, can I do this other stuff? And will people tune in? So I recorded myself beating the game. Took like 40 minutes. And I posted it on my channel, right? I was like, let's see if anyone's even interested in watching me play games, right? And what's funny is the video was posted for 13 hours. It only got 100 views. It's a 40-minute video. Average watch time was 3 minutes. So that tells me that you guys don't want to watch PDubs play modern console games on this channel. I think if we were playing an arcade game, you guys maybe would have watched the video, but that's pretty funny. But yeah, really good game. And now I'm super excited, guys. I'm super excited for the next venture. Just real quick, because just so you guys know, when I'm not messing around with the arcades, I'm going to be checking out, oh yeah, Elden Ring, baby. That's right. That's my little friend right there. That's my little boy. We're going to be checking out Elden Ring. So super excited about playing Elden Ring. So I would record it. I would live stream it. But you guys don't want to see that stuff, right? You guys don't want to see that stuff. So that's fine. That's fine. I'll just record myself playing Popeye. So that's fine. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, you guys like that? You guys, yeah, Elden Ring, baby. Elden Ring. Did you guys like my dragon? That was pretty cool, right? Yeah, we'll do Q-bert. We're definitely going to make a lot of content for Q-bert. $5 super chat from Sir Sega. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I can't wait to check it out. I can't stop whenever I'm working during the day. I can't stop watching and listening to these Elden Ring live streams. And while I'm sitting here, like, because I do insurance, I'm doing all this boring insurance stuff. But on my other monitor, I always have Elden Ring going and listening to people play Elden Ring. Anyway, guys, so speaking of our vendor of the week, let's kind of show you some of their artwork in real life from Repro Arcade. So quick background, just in case you guys missed some of the other streams. So my buddy Vern, he actually bought my Marvel pinball machine from me. And he came over, and we kind of hit it off. And, we were talking a lot and stuff. And we found out he actually only lives a few blocks away from me. I mean, sometimes, living in Phoenix, this is a pretty large metropolitan area. So people are driving 40, 50 miles to pick up a cabinet from somebody else, right? But this guy's literally just a few blocks away from me. And Vern and I are hanging out, having a good time. Love the guy. He's such a good dude. We've become friends. He did ask me out on a mandate today, though. He asked me if I wanted to go get lunch with him. So I think I have a mandate playing with Vern. We're going to get lunch this week. But anyway, so his son is amazing. I absolutely love his son. One of the coolest kids I've ever met in my life. And he's obsessed with Marvel, right? Just loves Marvel. So I'm like, you know what? Let's build him a Marvel Multicade, right? Let's give him a Marvel Multicade that he could stick in his bedroom, and we'll put all the different kinds of like Marvel themed video games on it and stuff like that. So just last night, I was over at Vern's house, and we started the project. Let's go ahead and roll a clip for you guys here. We'll show you where we're at. And you can kind of see what these graphics look like from Repro Arcade. Real quick, $2 super chat from Hobby Hands. Hey, Vern, 80s reference. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Let's go check out and see where we're at building our Multicade. All right, my dude. So our first Multicade Mondays modding project that we're going to go step by step through from beginning to end for your guys' viewing pleasure is we're going to be taking this Street Fighter II Arcade1Up cabinet, and we're over at my buddy Vern's house, and we're going to be converting it into a Captain America and the Avengers cabinet. We're going to be doing this mod for his son, who is a really cool dude, and also a huge, huge Marvel fan. The graphics you see here are from our vendor of the week, Repro Arcade. Taking a look here, the hardest part about this mod is making sure when you put your side panel riser graphics on that they do line up with the side panel artwork. That way it looks like one big piece. But once you get them on there, this looks fantastic. Obviously, we haven't put the bezel on yet or the marquee. We got some special things planned for those. We did get the control panel artwork and all that on there. Take a look at the shield on the J panel. For now, we got a fake vinyl coin door, but we'll probably put a coin door on over top of it. And overall, we got the artwork put on. Took us a couple of hours last night. Come back next week for more fun. All right, so last night I headed over to his house, and we got most of the artwork put on. Doing something special with the bezel, as well as obviously with the marquee. I think we might try doing, I have a bit pixel marquee, one of these, that actually fits Arcade1Up cabinets. We might try throwing one of those on there, if not the bit LCD. I have an LCD marquee that you could stick on top of an Arcade1Up cabinet as well. I've had those in boxes downstairs for months. I've been meaning to do them as a mod, so we'll do that. For right now, the vinyl graphics we got from Repro Arcade, we asked him to throw a coin door on the kick plate, which looks decent, just, for starters. But odds are we'll end up putting either a real coin door in if we want to go that far. If not, we will put in one of these 3D printed coin doors from Retro 530. Oh, what do we got here? PDubs. I have an extra Arcade1Up coin door. Can I donate it to you guys for the project? If you would like to do that, send me an email, Tyler. That's very kind of you. PDubsArcadeLoft@gmail.com. Just send me an email, and we could arrange that if you want to do that. So far we're moving along nicely with the project. Obviously, once we fine-tune some of that other exterior stuff, we're going to start putting in all the hardware and all that kinds of stuff. So it's going to be fun. Okay, Brian. Well, I appreciate you. How to Bachelor would watch you play Elden Ring. Thanks so much, buddy. I know you've been live streaming it a lot yourself. That's pretty funny. But speaking of which, let me show you guys. So if you guys don't know, so if we don't do a full-on coin door, we'll probably put on one of the Retro 530 coin doors. Now, I still haven't put this on my Midway Legacy cabinet, but this is the Retro 530 molded coin door for any of the... You can put this on any of the Midway cabinets. I got this one specifically to put it on the Midway Legacy cabinet, right? And you're like, well, wait a minute, there's some holes there. Well, that's because you do get your beautiful light up. Let's see if we can get this to focus here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So like, I'm putting this on the Midway Legacy one. Oh, there it goes right there. See that right there? Look at how cool that looks, right? That looks pretty cool, right? So I got to put this on the Midway Legacy cabinet, but I also just got another one. So guys, if you're thinking about doing a coin door on your Arcade1Up Ridge Racer cabinet, which by the way, guys, my Arcade1Up Ridge Racer review, it's got like over 30,000 views in 3 weeks. I mean, that video is just taking off. Thank you so much to everyone who watched that Ridge Racer review video. I can't believe it. That video is just going crazy. It's on pace to be a 100,000 view video if it keeps trending the way YouTube is pushing it. So thank you so much, guys, for watching that review. But if you want to get the Nameco one, I just got it. I haven't taken the plastic off, so sorry about the shimmering. But look at how cool that looks with that 3D printed, the way it kind of pops out. Look at that right there. So we are going to be putting this on our Arcade1Up Ridge Racer cabinet that's out in my loft. I love that cabinet. I love that Ridge Racer cabinet. I am so happy with that cabinet. And that feels good to say because I am not so happy with the Terminator 2 cabinet, right? But hey, you can't love everything and all that kinds of stuff. So make sure you guys pick these up. These all look really really good. Yeah, need this for my Gorf, etc. And then of course the other option is if you don't want to do a mold or a 3D printed door, you get a real one from like Arcades. And then you just hop over to Tulsa Arcade's website, JC, and you can pick up, he has the kick plates that are already pre-cut. He'll send you the pre-cut kick plate for you to mount that into your cabinet. It fits an Arcade coin door perfectly. That way you don't have to worry about cutting the kick plate yourself if you're not handy with the tools, if you know what I mean. Handy with the tools. So, are you talking about JC or are you talking about Retro 530? I can message them both, and I'll talk to Laramie and JC, and I'll ask him for his status, and maybe do like a community post on my channel, that kind of thing. Make sure you guys are taken care of. So, anywho, guys, real quick, so nice update from iiRcade. So let's get a little music going here. All right, let's get a little music. There we go. All right, so for instance, iiRcade recently sent out that firmware update, and after you updated your firmware, you were able to then do a game update to like games like Burger Time with like the 4-way gate. And I gotta tell you, man, I finally, we talked about this on Friday, finally over the weekend, took a few minutes, updated Burger Time, and then I went ahead and I, after it was updated, went ahead and I played it on the new firmware, and I gotta tell you, man, the 4-way controls so much better, guys, so much better than what they were before. In fact, in my opinion, just my opinion, but in my opinion, the controls were so good, I didn't need that Uplay 4-way restrictor gate that I bought from Uplay Arcade. Like, honestly, I took it off and the game was playing just fine. And it's hilarious, too, because I still have the original square gate inside of my iiRcades. I mean, I've been meaning to change them to, like, octagon gates, or octagonal gates. That way, you know, because octagonal gates give you kind of a decent mix for playing 4-way and 8-way games, right? But it's still not perfect. But with a square gate, with their firmware update, the gate, it was moving a lot better for me, man. Like, no issues. So, you know, hats off to the iiRcade team for pulling that off. I know when AtGames tried doing something similar, and we were kind of talking about this on the Super Game Mondays. AtGames did something similar, and unfortunately, it had like a minimal effect. You know what I mean? Like, it was there, but I think iiRcade did it better. I'm just being honest. If AtGames did it better, I would tell you. But I think iiRcade's, whatever they put in their software to trick the joystick into thinking it's a 4-way joystick for these games, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Let's get this off my screen. Oh, audio's drowning me out. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean for that to happen. Thanks for the heads up. All right, so what I was saying, just in case the game audio got too loud on you guys, is turn it down. Turn it down. Is it down? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, Burger Time. Burger Time, we're good. All right, cool. You guys are also 30 seconds behind me, right? All right. We're good now, right? It's off! Tell me it's off! Stop it. Now you guys are trolling me. You guys can hear me just fine now, right? Come on, guys. Okay, we're good. All right, good to go. All right, see, we had to wait for time to catch up to us. It's like traveling through time. All right, guys. All right, guys. Anyway, what we were saying is, I got to give a big shout out to the iiRcade team, because whatever software change they put in to trick their joystick into thinking that it's a 4-way joystick, they did really good, in my opinion. I think it's working really good. I took out those Uplay Arcade restrictor gates that I bought. Took those out, not really using those anymore. And then, of course, what I was saying before about AtGames is AtGames tried doing something similar built into their machine. And I don't think they did as good of a job as iiRcade did. Now, if AtGames did it better, I would tell you, but it's just, I'll keep in mind all my opinion. I think iiRcade did it better. Did it better. All right, good. There you go. Have you guys tried playing 4-way games on the iiRcade with the firmware update? And have you noticed an improvement? Let me know in the live chat. I would like to share your chats on the screen, but I got 100 chats of people screaming at me that the audio was too loud. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, guys. Like, the only one I've played is Burger Time, so I haven't tried any others. But have you guys played other games? Did it work? Because Burger Time actually had an update, and it was working better. Let me know, MCAP. Kev Gret, he tried Burger Time with the new update. He was able to get by the first board. One first guy. I'm not the world's greatest Burger Time player either. Like, I can't figure out all those patterns. Now, I love this. So Mike Hawk brings up a great point. If you've been watching reviews on that Taito Egret 2 Mini, everyone who's reviewed it has showed you that underneath of it, it has a nice little turn handle. And when you turn it, it turns the gate on that little arcade machine, turns it into a 4-way gate or jumps back to 8-way. That was awesome. That's a nice little feature. So there you guys go. Definite improvement when Kung Fu. Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta try Kung Fu. I only tried Burger Time. Can't wait till you watch this over and see what the audio did. And so Burger Time just started screaming at you guys. Oh, no wonder why we had the desktop audio turned up. Oh, I had it on max. Oh my God, I just turned it down. I'm so sorry. Here, let me give you some nice comforting, music. That way I can kind of make you guys feel a little bit better. There you go. One of my favorite songs. We'll put that on for you. There you guys go. Oh, man, that's ridiculous. Hey, man, we're not professionals here. We're just a guy in his office. So 4-way and 8-way, should it be mentioned around Mike? Yeah, there you guys go. So yeah, shout out to them, as well as you gotta admit, we got Truxton, and then after Truxton we got Tiger Heli. A lot of people seem pretty excited about Tiger Heli. And then of course the new Montezuma's Revenge game. So if you like retro kind of games, couple of big wins there from iiRcade. But once again, we say this all the time, as cool as that stuff is getting added to the system, I really want them. We always have to say this. It's like a disclaimer. We want to see more hardware. Like, not hardware. We want to see better, newer games. You know what I mean? Like some banger, modern games that really impress you, right? That really knock your socks off. Like, hey, I could get this game optimized on this platform, possibly with online co-op gaming with a community of people, and it's going to be a great time, right? A great experience. So, still waiting on those. Hopefully we'll get some bangers this year. But you can't say they had a bad week. They had a good firmware update, and they've put out a couple of good retro games. Let's see what happens to them next. Now, oh yeah, and the MFL, Mutant Football League cab ship, but then again, no game. We don't have the game. I feel kind of bad if people have this cabinet. They don't have the game yet, so there you go. Montezuma Modern is great fun. There you go. Also, about CoinOps X. So if you've been following my channel, you guys know I kind of cover this CoinOps X stuff whenever I have time to do so. Excuse me. Put out a video a couple of weeks ago saying, hey, everybody, for the best experience, roll back your firmwares to like 5.61 or earlier and try and most of your games will probably run better on that firmware versus 5.65. Well, just as we expected, from what I'm hearing, guys, the chefs of sauce have been hard at work in the kitchen, and they've found a way to work around and get these builds, these beautiful builds of games, running on the current firmwares 5.65 and upcoming without as many issues as it was having before. So huge shout out to that community of people who put these builds together. That's a lot of work behind the scenes, guys. A lot of people are like, yeah, man, all I did was download it and then play it. Yeah, I don't think they realize how much time and effort went into creating that thing for you to download, right? So huge shout out to them, guys. I have a feeling you'll be able to go ahead and update your firmwares to 5.65 or later and still have a good CoinOps X experience. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll probably share whatever news they share. I think they'll just have like maybe like a couple update files you could drop on your flash drive. If not, you could just download a whole new build with the fixes in place and not have as many issues. So big shout out to that CoinOps X community. So very exciting stuff right there. Well, see, we've talked about this, Sir Sega. We've talked about this before. The problem with iiRcade is they have an arcade, what you call an arcade console, right? And Jong has two appetites that he has to feed. He has to feed the people who want this console, what you're paying for. One of the reasons it had a premium price is it has the best internal hardware versus everyone else on the market. AtGames, Arcade1Up, Unico, etc. Right? So there's the people out there who say you have the hardware to run a lot more modern stuff. We want the modern stuff because guess what? All that old stuff we could play it elsewhere, right? But then again, there's some people who only have an iiRcade. That might be the only arcade machine in their home. So they're looking for, hey man, we want everything retro and modern. And then there's people who they don't like modern games, right? And they just want to play the retro stuff, right? Kind of like Sir Sega here. So iiRcade has got this never-ending, it's like two hills they got to climb, right? We got to keep bringing retro games to make retro gamers happy, and we got to keep bringing what kind of neutro, is that the word he uses? It's like modern retro games that can run on that platform and make it super cool and make it stand apart from other arcade cabinets, right? So it's tough, man. It's tough. I mean, there you go. And yeah, they released 4 retro games in the last week. You can't complain if you like retro games. And like, for instance, Orion's Dream. See, he's on the opposite end of the table versus Sir Sega. He wants to play Riptide, Beach Buggy, MotoGP. He's loving the more modern games on that platform. So there you go. There you go. Okay. But you have to remember, it's an arcade console. And the point is Sir Sega, is there are so many games today that if arcades were still the thing that they were back when we were kids, you know damn well they would make arcade machines out of them. For instance, let's just pick the obvious one, Streets of Rage 4. There is no doubt in my mind that would be on an arcade machine. Same with like Shredder's Revenge. Same with games like Soul Calibur. Like these games would be on an arcade machine if they were back in the day. And they're also games that when you play them on an arcade, they make for a great arcade experience. For instance, Mortal Kombat 11, guys, is a console game. But how many of you have played Mortal Kombat 11 on your arcade machines, either via Steam or other methods? Probably a lot of us, right? And does it suck on an arcade? No, it feels like it was made to be on an arcade, right? You know? The newer Killer Instinct game that's on Xbox, that is a console game. But it makes for an awesome arcade experience. So yeah, all games are good. All games are good. I like what Kevgret said. What's interesting about the iiRcade is it's an a la carte system, right? You get to pick what toppings you want on your burger. You know? If you wanted to play modern games, if you wanted to play retro games, all that kinds of stuff. It's a very unique product. Very unique. I agree with this 100%. Castle Crashers, Scott Pilgrim. Yep, Cuphead. Cuphead would be amazing on an arcade machine. And it would give you a great arcade type experience. So yeah. Very good stuff. Very good stuff. There you go. Orion's Dream. He plays DOA or Tekken using AtGames Cloud. So you have the Cloud BYOG server. Is that what you're using? Which is fine. Oh, I like this one right here. iiRcade is exactly like Gozer. It's whatever it needs to be. Oh my god, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I just checked right here and it says when I play desktop audio, it would be at 100%. So my apologies. It was so loud. Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, we're mostly here for retro games, but there's a lot of great modern games that play well on an arcade. Why arcade over Switch with arcade stick? So that's a good question, Bobby. So for instance, let's see here. A couple things, right? So for instance, if you play Retromania Wrestling on a Nintendo Switch, on an Intech gaming device, as your control deck plugged into your Arcade1Up machine, the game is in a 16:9 aspect ratio. It's not optimized really to play on that particular platform, right? Whereas if you get Retromania Wrestling on the iiRcade, it's been specifically optimized to run on that screen. Remember, they have like a special arcade version of the game where the game is more zoomed in versus a 16:9 aspect ratio that you get on like running it through Steam and all that kinds of stuff. In fact, the sprites, the characters look so much bigger because if you guys remember WrestleFest, guys remember how huge the characters were on the screen? If you play Retromania Wrestling on any other platform, the characters look way too tiny. And this is supposed to be the official sequel to WrestleFest. But if you play it Retromania Wrestling on the iiRcade, the camera is zoomed in more, and the characters are larger and they look better. It just seems better to me. It's just a better experience playing it on the iiRcade. The game's been completely optimized to run on their hardware. Plus, they have online leaderboards, which the other versions don't have of that game, etc. And Retromania Wrestling doesn't have online co-op, and there's a good chance in the future that'll be added to the iiRcade platform, right? Provided Mike Herman and the team over there at Retrosoft Studios sign up for it, right? So it's pretty good stuff. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons why when you take games into account like that, right? So yes, games are optimized. Yep, that's always the thing, man. I mean, you can hustle and find ways like we always do. I mean, keep in mind, it's Multicades, right? Multicade Mondays. We have all these devices, PCs, Raspberry Pis, Misters. The list goes on and on and on. Android B-Link devices, etc. And you could plug any of these things into a monitor and play games, but keep in mind, it's not optimized, right? Everyone loves Truxton, man. That game is making me mad. I keep rage quitting. That game is tough. This is another good point too as well. Unfortunately, AtGames has the worst user interface out of everybody. The worst user interface. Whereas iiRcade and Arcade1Up are more, you can turn it on, find the game, hit A, and you're playing the game. It's like no fuss, no muss, no coconuts, all that kinds of stuff. Which is good stuff. Yes, I know Michael B loves Truxton. Cracks me up. BCB, an arcade stick isn't the same as an arcade cabinet. If it was, Arcade1Up wouldn't have sold 3 million machines. Good point. That's a good point. That's a good point, my friend. All right. By the way, guys, don't forget to play Elden Ring. Yes! Gotta play Elden Ring with my friend right here. Him and I are gonna go play Elden Ring a little bit later tonight. So I'm gonna give it a shot. And hopefully I don't suck at it too bad. Hopefully I don't get completely destroyed in that game like I usually am expecting myself to. Would you stop talking about Wet Girl, Michael B? God. Speaking of which, guys, Michael B. the Game Genie, as always, we're back-to-back on Monday nights when I'm done here. Make sure you head on over and say hi to Michael B. the Game Genie and check out what he's talking about. Hey, Mike, are you doing another Arcade1Up prediction video? I keep teasing the guys. I keep teasing them. I'm like, guys, no more Arcade1Up prediction streams. Like, enough. We predicted enough. I keep teasing him about it. That's okay. Console Kit's got me back. He teased me about my my Q-bert cabinet purchase and all that kinds of stuff. Um, Minus that, guys. So some upcoming projects we got going on here. So we're going to be doing our Terminator 2 review. That's going to be coming out this week. You've probably seen 1,000 other reviews. My apologies, but if you watch mine, I'd greatly appreciate it. Finally had a chance to film it. Just need to edit and post it, so that'll be coming out this week. Terminator 2 review. We're going to have a couple coin door mod videos. We're going to be showing you a new CoinOps build that not CoinOps X. This is a PC build that the CoinOps team came out with recently. So we're going to show you that, as well as we're going to show you something really cool from Project Core Type R for your PC builds as well. And what's really cool about these PC builds is if you have the will, the way, and the willpower, you could also get these up and running on your arcade machines, because a lot of them do have zero delay USB encoder support. Goofy Foot, $5 super chat. Everyone needs to go check out Kitra's Lounge and tell her Michael B sent you. Yeah, so there is this a lovely, lovely young lady who's just starting her YouTube channel. It's another, it's kind of like one of those, like try on haul like type channels, right? And also she does some cooking, so like some cooking and some try on haul stuff. And Kitra's Lounge, she did a review of the the Tempest Arcade1Up cabinet. And it's probably the most viewed video on her channel. And that's pretty funny, man. That's pretty funny. So go check out Kitra's Lounge. And do us a favor, guys. Forget Michael B. Leave a comment, give her a thumbs up and a subscribe. It's actually a really good review. Imagine watching a review from somebody who it's her first arcade machine and she built it and she's like, well, what does this do? What does this do? And then like her reaction when she turned it on. What I love about it is whether we've built these machines 100 times or the first time, we all have this same reaction. When I'm not going to spoil the whole review for you guys, but when she turns it on, when you get to the part of the review where she turns it on, and she looks nervously at the camera and she's like looking around and she's like, I hope it turns on. And I'm like, that's me every time, even to this day. We take this crap out of the box, we build it, and we pray. We pray it turns on, right? It's like, that's the moment, right? I've since learned that, what you can do, of course, is just unpack the monitor with the PCB, plug in the power supply and plug that into the control deck and turn it on before you even build it. And you'll know whether or not you have a working machine before you even build it. Obviously, you won't have audio because the speakers and all that aren't plugged in yet, but you can see the game fire up and everything. And you're like, okay, the machine works. So you can always do that. But yeah, that was pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. Her reaction where she was so nervous if it was going to come on. And yes, she's a very beautiful young woman. Very beautiful young woman. So go check out Kitra's Lounge. Tell him PDubs sent you. She'll be like, what's a PDubs? Yeah, you guys have to watch. Yeah, she built it. Yeah, calm down, boys. Calm down. The point is, watch the video, because you know what? A lot of people say, I want to watch a video that's a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more raw, a little bit more like what does the average person think about this? Not people who are super fans, hypercritical, over analytical, guys like me and other guys who I collaborate with. Like, sometimes you just want to hear it from some dude or some lady who, it's like their first machine, right? I love watching those kind of videos on YouTube, right? So it's worth checking out. Go check out Kitra's Lounge. Give her a sub. Tell him PDubs sent you. Maybe we should get her. Let me know, guys. Should we interview her? Should we get her on the channel? Let me know. We'll send her an invite. Let's see if we can make that happen. Okay. Also, so next week we're gonna have part 2 of our Captain America and the Avengers Multicade mod. And now that it took like 2 hours to put on the artwork. Artwork is time consuming because you want to go slow, you want to do it right. But now we're getting to the fun part, right? Where we're going to start hooking things up, putting all the wiring in, all the controls. So next week, get ready to see some pretty cool advancements on that project. And then also, I will find out who our vendor of the week is. I don't know who our vendor of the week is going to be yet. Also, if there's anybody you would like me to interview, definitely let me know. If you have any what are they called? Any indie game developers or any Multicade companies. I actually found a company down in Florida that they build and sell Multicades for actually not that bad of a price. We're probably going to be featuring them on an upcoming episode as well. So if there's any show suggestions, interview suggestions, whatever you guys want, I'm here for you. Make sure you leave those comments below. As always, my dudes, if you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, do me a favor, give us a thumbs up on the way out, leave your comments, feedback, and reaction below. And guys, don't forget to hit that bell and click that subscribe button. That bell, people message me and they say, PDubs, I didn't even know you were on air. And that's because only 15% of you have the bell. Only 15% of you have hit the bell. You got to hit the bell so YouTube pushes out the notifications so you don't miss the show. Thanks so much, my dudes. Make sure you guys go check out Michael B. Tell him it's a raid from the Loft. And I'll see you guys next week, okay? You guys have a great week. And I'll have videos coming out all this week. We'll talk soon, my dudes.